Alright, before I even go into the video, as of today, the day I'm filming this video, April 29th, my album is basically finished. But, I just want to make this video to discuss the actual content of the album, because I've been fairly quiet about it, especially on YouTube. I didn't realize I forgot to, post anything about it. I was like, okay, I'm all over Instagram posting it. I'm in my Discord server posting it. By the way, that's open now. I'll have a link in the description of this video. But I'm like radio silent on YouTube about it, and it's like I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, I suck at promoting stuff. So okay, first and foremost, this album is, if it wasn't clear enough, a bit of a departure from the Teenage Nightmare and For You I'll Try sound. And I definitely think Rerun was like a introduction to the type of sound that I was gonna do for this. Just adding some like electronics and all that fun stuff. So, as most of you guys know, by this point, if you've been following my music enough, you know I use pre-made beats, the free for non-profit ones, because I'm, like, it's very expensive getting a decent license for these beats, and the frickin' terms and conditions are confusing as hell. So I just do it this way to make it easier. So initially, actually, when I started this album, it wasn't even supposed to be a full album. I wrote the song "Breathe" like at the beginning of December because I was going through something. So I'm writing this song. I made the artwork at like the last possible second, by the way. Like I don't think I actually made the artwork until after the song was almost finished, if I'm remembering correctly. Which is a little odd because I usually like plan this stuff ahead of time, but I had like I was working on this like remastered and expanded version of Teenage Nightmare that just never like fully came to be. So that's just not happening right now. I do have plans for Teenage Nightmare, but not the exact original plan I had. So I'm working on this song, and I'm like, I could do something with this. I wasn't originally wanting to put it on an album either because of just like how personal and just not happy it was. But I'm like thinking about this, and I'm like, I got a new setup. Okay, I have a new microphone. The microphone I'm using to record this video is my old music mic. So I'm thinking like, okay, I got a new setup. I gotta break it in somehow. Maybe I'll do an EP, like 7 songs, call it that. Then work on this Teenage Nightmare remake, whatever the hell. Well, needless to say, um, that ended up like spiraling into from a 7 song EP to a 12 song album with a 17 song expanded edition that I am already working on. So, yeah, this is getting really interesting. So, okay, I wrote Breathe, and then I found beats for the other 6 songs, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, I can work with all of this. And then as time was passing on, I was working on this dream or nightmare thing while I was working on Divide. By the way, Dream or Nightmare was the original name of the Teenage Nightmare remastering. I just figured I would put that out there. So I was working on Dream or Nightmare, and I was working on Divide, and I'm like thinking, there's no way in absolute hell that I can remake the Teenage Nightmare with the lyrical style being so much different on Divide where Teenage Nightmare and Dreamer Nightmare had like that angsty type of thing, and since Dreamer Nightmare had newer songs and older songs on it, it was extremely inconsistent with its lyrical quality. So I wasn't entirely sure how much I wanted to keep going with that, so I ended up scrapping it. And I turned Divide into a full project, which ended up adding from those 7 songs, like I said, to 12. And with how badly I messed up working on For You I'll Try, with how like the release planned out and with how I was working on it when I was just had so much going on at the time. I I wasn't really sure how I should go about planning another album because I didn't want that fiasco happening again because of For You I'll Try not getting the full version released. And that no return demo is actually from recording sessions of Dream or Nightmare. Fun fact. Because I like I put the I had the demo finished pretty much. But I'm like, okay, this doesn't sound fully up to par with what I'm doing right now, so maybe I'll just label it as a demo and call it at that. So that's been out for a little bit. I made a lyric video for it. I don't know why. I eh, I don't even really know what I was doing with that song. So that released. Then shortly after, I released Gone. I don't, or was it before or after? I don't remember. I'm not checking either. But Gone and No Return both released. Gone is a single off Divide. I announced Divide and Days and Nights together. Because Days and Nights was like, okay, this song is like gonna really like establish what's going on here. So, okay, I released Days and Nights. Then, since like the middle of March, I've been working like almost weekly on getting stuff written and recorded and mixed and whatever the hell. I can't mix to save my life. But the thing is, with recording this album, is I had a completely different setup. I was working with some slightly better equipment than I was for You All Try, and everything combined is better than what I was using for Teenage Nightmare. Because I was sitting in my bedroom when it was 90 fucking degrees, recording, sitting on my bed with a crappy gaming headset that ended up breaking shortly after I got these. Or, I don't know if they. No, that was my old headset that broke then. I just threw the other ones away, but. Like, the audio on them sucked too. They were like gaming headphones. Like the really overpriced ones too. They're like probably no less than $80, and it's like if you're gonna make headphones that expensive, at least give them good audio. Like, come on. So yeah, I recorded Teenage Nightmare with a gaming headset. I recorded the first couple songs for You I'll Try with that headset as well, but I ended up taking them down and redoing them once I got my second microphone. So yeah, that was just annoying. So I started really planning Divide. It's like I still don't know how I'm advertising this exactly. I suck at advertising, if you couldn't tell. I'm not good at managing social media, and I can't, and I don't want to like need to pay someone to manage my social medias, and I barely even have a good camera. I am using a laptop webcam right now, and it sucks. It is grainy. You can like see the grains. It's crazy, but like I'm a low budget musician. The most expensive part of my setup is or like my gear that I use mostly for recording is my headphones. It's like yeah, that's just this has been a really interesting album to work on though. I think right now I'm at a really good spot vocally. I've gotten much better at controlling my voice. than just hit rather than just hitting the notes. Like there you will notice that my voice is still a little shaky on some songs because I'm not like I haven't fully perfected holding notes and all that stuff yet because I took a chorus class in high school, so I don't really I don't know how much credit I can give to that for the way I sing because they were doing it like in a way that was like professional choir stuff, not like it's weird. I didn't like choir, but yeah, everything that's been going on since like the Teenage Nightmare era has been really messy. So it was kind of refreshing having an album be worked on that I'm like finishing months ahead of the deadline to a point where like I can start using the stuff I have finished to promote it. For example, I made that ridiculous trailer. I made that like in 45 minutes, by the way, with some really basic Filmora editing. And this video that you are watching right now isn't even edited. It's just like raw footage that I'm just slapping onto YouTube. Like I am extremely lazy when it comes to like actually trying to put my music out there. I'm just like posting it and hope that it gets views. That's pretty much what I'm doing. But yeah, I then recently I opened my Discord server. Like behind the scenes, like it my recording isn't really like that complicated. I hook my headphones up to my computer, hook my mic up, and just do my thing, and that's all there is to it. I think working on this album has actually been the most fun I've had working on music since I finished Teenage Nightmare. Teenage Nightmare was not fun to work on. Then For You I'll Try didn't release until like almost 2 months after its initial release time. So that was like just so it is really refreshing having an album that I'm working on being released on its actual timeline. That this video has just been me rambling on and on about stuff, but honestly, the whole point is Divide is probably one of the best things I've ever created. I think vocally and lyrically, I've gotten a lot better. There's definitely a lot less of the angst that I had in Teenage Nightmare. I mean, like, it's still there. There are some songs that are very reminiscent of that era. Like, not stylistically, but, like, lyrically, definitely. Maybe a little bit musically. I don't know how much I'm, like, not really going into the shoegaze stuff at the moment. By the way, that sound is almost definitely returning soon. Not on Divide. It's not on Divide. Divide is like electronic rock, but just have to wait and see. Anywho, that is going to be all for this little tangent of mine. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Join my Discord server. I will have the link in the description of this video, and I think I also have it in my link tree in my bio. If not, I'll add it. Check out my SoundCloud. That is in my link tree. And yeah, that's all I got. And also, this is probably gonna be the last video I make like this until after I release Divide. So, see you guys later.